Alright, this is going to be my review of the Stihl MS-170 and the Oregon PowersHarp bar and chain combo. It's an automatic sharpening system. Well, not automatic, but you just put it on the bar and run your saw to sharpen. So I've been cutting this shooting lane here with it for the past few days. I've done some other cutting with it too, but this is the most cutting I've done. So I'm just going to walk this lane and show you how much I've cut so far. I'm getting really close to using up a whole gallon of gas. And I've sharpened twice. Realistically, I would have only had to sharpen once, but I cut a piece of plywood on the floor in my shed that was under some heavy shelves. I was in a hurry, so I used the chainsaw, and of course, going into dirt, that dulled her right up real quick. But I sharpened it, cut just like new. Well, this stuff is, you know, a little 4-inch, 6-inch, smaller stuff. I'll get to some bigger stuff once I get in here a little further. And I'll do probably a little cutting demonstration here at the end. Got my saw down there. Hard to see. Everything's green. Sorry, I'm walking kind of slow. It's not the smoothest path. It's kind of a peat bog in here, and got to really watch your step. I'm at around 200 feet in right now. As far as how far in I've cut, here's a big one I cut. Yeah, I know, that was a horrible cut. Relearning my sawing technique here. Been a while since I cut anything big. Show you some of these, cut a couple big ones yesterday down here at the end. There's my saw and stuff. So here's the first big one I cut. Which I did okay, but wasn't the best drop I've ever done. I got a bigger one down here. I did at the end of the day, which I'm really proud of, actually. Oh yeah, this one was okay. A little balsam, yeah. This one was a little funky. Had like 2 trees growing together into it, and that one cut one a little gnarly, but it, you know, it dropped nice and everything. I was happy with it. So, yeah, sorry I'm not telling you what kind of trees these are. I'm not that great of a woodsman. I don't know my trees that well. I do is cut them down and get them out of the way. So, I don't know if you try to zoom in and see, kind of sun's in that direction, but maybe you can see where we came from here. Way the hell down there. We're about 200 feet in the woods right now. I think I'll stop and start this up again once I get the saw out and ready to cut something here. Alright, here I am back. I just gassed up and oiled up. I want to show you this tank. I started off with a full gallon in there. I guess I've gone a little over half. It's not really close to a gallon yet, but by the time I get done with this lane, I'll probably be pretty close. And it came with a fill, so I've probably put at least 10 fills of gas through this still. Little MS-170, awesome saw. Really happy with this sucker, especially with the powersharp on it. I don't have any stickering. Oh yeah, there you go. Powersharp 16-inch. You can see these teeth. I've sharpened this twice. I don't know if you could see that. Still lots of tooth left, and this thing cuts really awesome. Best. I downgraded to this saw from a Husky 365 Special with 18-inch bar, and I am way happier with this saw and this chain bar combo. This thing just, you can't stop it. I bogged it down on that one big tree, but as long as I just let it cut and didn't push it, it was tearing it up. I mean, look at these that's a... Sorry about that, I'm going to have to splice this together. I had my small memory card in. Anyhow, like I was saying, this thing just cuts and cuts. It's hard to get it to stop with that bar and chain, and just the saw in general is awesome. Starts really easy. It is cold. This has been sitting out here overnight out in the woods, and there's frost in my yard. Out here there's not really frost. I guess it's a little bit more protected, but it probably got in the 20s last night. Like I was saying, this is the kind of chunks this sucker is pulling out. Hey, look at that. Look at that. You know, it's just ripping shit apart. It's awesome. My 365 Special Husky would do chunks like this, but only when it was really sharp. This thing does it even when it gets dull with this bar and chain. It's awesome. So, I guess I'll start it up and we'll try to cut something here. See if we can get this. That looks pretty decent. Hopefully that'll stay there. Oh, no. So you go all the way down to choke for starting, and to do that, you know, it's off right now. You go down. It doesn't want to go down, right? You gotta hold the trigger and then push down. It goes all the way down. So then brake on, put it between your legs. Okay. Then you go up one. See? And it won't go up. It's stuck right there, right? What you gotta do is you pull the trigger. And that goes on to run. If I would have done that when it was doing that, it probably would have ran no problem. again. There's those chunks, man, I'm talking about. I know you saw it bog there for a second. I pinched it, you know. My bad, I'm not that great. But here we go. Look at that. Real nice. I mean, that's well, let's see, we got the 16-inch bar. That's about, I don't know, what would you say, 10-inch? Probably right around there. 10-inch, between 10 and 12-inch diameter there. Probably closer to 10. So, I mean, this thing cuts, you know. And it'll cut like that all friggin' day long. It's awesome. All this lane I've been cutting, I limbed all the trees all the way down with this, you know, and cut all the trees. And I'm going to continue cutting. I just figured I'd do a little quickie review kind of deal, you know. Love the saw, love the chain and bar combo. It's awesome. Super easy. And if your chain gets dull, all you do is you grab your little powersharp tool here. You see how this goes on the end here? If the log wasn't in the way. Just goes on like that. Snaps. And you got this little pusher deal. Have your saw running, full tilt, push against the tree. Don't push hard, you just push until it's sparking. That was my first mistake with it. The first time I sharpened, I pushed a little hard and kind of messed up the stone a little bit, but it's alright. It's straightened out now, but just push until it's sparking. Run it for like 3 seconds. You know, and you'll be good as new. Sharp as hell. So yeah, that's my mini review. I always wanted a stihl, and finally I did a lot of research about the MS-170. This has the front chain tensioner there built into the body of the saw, and you know, your old style, you know, double bolts, which I prefer. Also, with the powersharp, go on Oregon's website. They have a tool for finding your bars that'll fit on your chainsaw. And the other stihls with the side tensioners and weird shit, most of them could not take the powersharp system. They need like special bars, so I don't even think you could buy aftermarket bars for them. I could be wrong, but I didn't want to deal with the hassle, so I just bought this one. Is cheaper, great reviews, you know. It's rock solid. These have been around for years and years and have never had an issue. You know, they run and run and run. No one sells them. You might find a few on eBay, but not very many. You know, they just last forever. Rock solid little beasts. So that's it. Have fun and stay safe.